Water signs, you might start the week feeling like you are not in control of your own thoughts, or you might be confused. You might not have the whole picture about something. You got the ostrich trap, head in the sand indicated, along with the King of Swords. Now this is the king of thinking, of being rational and making good decisions. So you can see the theme there at the start of the week, maybe a caution about believing your own thoughts too much. But things are going to change. So we've got the Eight of Wands, which is all about messages, incoming communication, and fast movement. So something's going to change pretty quickly here. And with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, you are not going to have to juggle a couple of different options. You are going to be very committed to a practical course of action here. And you are no longer being plagued by doubts or mysteries. Now, interestingly, the mystery card came out as well. Moon, your emotions, in the very mysterious Scorpionic 8th house of death and taxes and mysteries and the depths of your psyche, your own psychology, if you like. So you may get some insight into your own psychology there, or emotionally, you may really want to dominate or even get revenge on someone. This power is really coming to the fore there. So you might really feel your emotional and psychological power this week. You might really get a grip, take control, and be a lot more self-sufficient somehow this week. So what's this about? Well, if there is a feminine energy in your life, or maybe this is you, this is the water sign queen after all, upside down, that might come to a head this week. There may be either a conflict or the resolution of a conflict. So that is the emotional realm, things not going well, things being upside down. And this is a bit of a skirmish here, and quite a painful one, where somebody walks away and somebody is left the winner. Obviously not super happy winner, but there is some kind of fresh start indicated. So this really does come down to this very your emotions really at the very depths of your soul being stirred up in one way or another, and for better or for worse. So something might come to a head with someone who's not really emotionally feeling that good at the moment, but there is this big fresh start indicated. So let's grab a couple more cards here. Okay, this is becoming a little bit more clear because the Queen of Cups in reverse came out again, and this time it's an energy for you to lean away from. Now, this is feeling needy, insecure, overly dependent, codependent, giving too much, victim mentality. So that is making more sense of this. Either you are feeling kind of upside down emotionally this week, or you are dealing with someone who is in this frame of mind. But this is your advice. Lean away from being the victim, playing the victim, or feeling needy or clingy. That is not going to work in your favor. Use your wisdom. There are other keywords on this card: learning, joy, art, and music, but it's the wisdom that is really getting me here, especially as you started out really doubting your own wisdom and not acting rationally. So tune into your rational mind. Try and get yourself thinking straight is the kind of the advice here. Don't fear being ridiculed. There might be some element there where you feel really vulnerable, and maybe that's what's making you insecure. Just remember, you are smart. You are really good at what you do. You are really when you get your focus going, you are, a crack shot. You hit your target. So to me, this whole message for the week is about really marshalling your thoughts and getting them zeroed in on what's important. And don't worry so much about the side show of what other people might think. So it's about not being codependent, not being needy. It's about getting a grip on yourself. It is about your self-reliance here, and being wise. And it feels like this is coming from past fear, because this message says don't let your past hold you back. And so this sort of indicates letting go of past trauma in your life, like PTSD. Just because something didn't work out in the past doesn't mean it won't work out in the future. So it's like, stop overthinking things, stop thinking about what could go wrong and all the ways you could be embarrassed or vulnerable. There is a fresh start here in some way. So the energy to lean towards, well, this is the card of overthinking, which tells me you are not thinking enough. So again, King of Swords. Maybe your head is in the sand a little bit about something. Going back to the ostrich card, because you are being asked to switch your brain on and really get focus here, even if you do have to overthink. That is better than being in denial about something and refusing to think about something. So, you started the week as that guy, so you really want to take notice of all these warning flags, these red flags, if you like. And this guide dog card seems to sort of indicate as well about take the blindfold off, be realistic, like rip the band-aid off a situation and go for the fresh start. That's what it feels like, because remember, you have the Magician here. You have all the tools that you need to make a successful situation occur. You've got the ability here to have a fresh start. So it might be like having a difficult conversation that you don't want to have to get things back on track, to get the balance right in your life again. Whew. And the sun is just coming out and it's shining on me in a way that's making me feel quite uncomfortable. So that could be part of it, that you're being asked to shine a light on stuff that you'd rather not have to look at. But look, you are getting angelic assistance here. You are getting support. So this tells me you will know what to do. You will receive guidance about this. And you will actually know deep down that what you're doing is the right thing. You will kind of feel it in your bones. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. Now on to our next topic of the week. Well, this week's special topic for all signs is the soul's yearnings. But when I pulled out the cards to get the flavor of what this was, it did really crack me up. This is like having a lot of things on your plate, having your focus split in a lot of different directions. And the card that came out with it was restlessness, with Mercury in the first house there. Mercury being the planet of communication, of course, and of learning. And the first house is actually all about you, how you project out into the world, your demeanor. And with restlessness there, it actually had me going to look at the astrology of the week. And wouldn't you know it, Uranus, which is the higher octave of Mercury, is changing signs. It happens once every 7 years. So reasonably momentous, shifting from the very last degree of Taurus this week into the much more scatty sign of Gemini, which is Mercury ruled. So as I tuned into the energies of this week, I actually did feel a bit jumpy. I felt electric, a bit like I'd had one too many coffees today, which I have not. It's this sort of almost a sense of unease, this sort of on edge kind of vibe. So I'm not really surprised that these cards came out. It's sort of like, yes, this is what I am feeling for the week ahead. And instead of soul's yearnings, I'm sort of seeing that as your focus, I guess, for the week ahead for all of us. So given that this is the focus, what does the universe want us to know about this? Well, the emotions are very, very heavily indicated this week, not only with the person of water coming out, which is water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but just generally the realm of emotions. And the King of Cups, which is the same energy, came out in the reverse. So this is about not feeling emotionally balanced within yourself, not feeling in a position to give or receive love. And it looks as though you are feeling a little bit trapped and maybe a little bit like, not hopeless, but maybe your old dreams, especially when it comes to love and emotional commitment, are no longer kind of relevant or fulfilling, and you're wondering where the fuck to go next. You might even feel quite stupid about a decision you made in the past, or your past actions, or somewhere where you've ended up, or that's kind of what you fear. This kind of being vulnerable or sort of, open to mockery somehow. So that might resonate for some of you, but there is this energy here that is going to shift you on into smooth sailing. This is a luxury card and it's easy. easy progress. So if you have been feeling trapped, if you have been feeling restless, things might boil up and come to a head this week. Yeah, this is very much about the emotions. In the 7th house, the realm of partnerships. The moon there being love and your emotional state. It's the Cancer ruler. And yeah, it's in the 7th house. You really will be looking at the emotional caliber of your relationships this week, and if things are not the way you want them to be, it feels like you will have the opportunity to break free. And with Uranus at the moment actually conjunct Venus this week, the planet of love, if these two are impacting you in an easy way in your own astrological chart, that will bring a sudden surprising attraction to light. If it's challenging you in your own natal chart, then it might bring things to a fractious boiling point, a sudden split, like this is no longer good enough for me, this no longer works for me. And if it doesn't touch your chart directly at all, you may feel nothing, except maybe a bit of extra energy, electricity, or tension in the air, depending on your own natal chart. If you'd like me to have a look at your chart, I can do that. Go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com, because I do offer astrology readings as well, either just your birth chart or how the current weather might be affecting you. So yeah, this week, look out for emotional surprises. You want to get back into equilibrium because you might start the week feeling a bit upside down, and it really is happy relationships. You want to move in a more positive, more fruitful direction, and that opportunity will come to you this week. So I hope that helps you, my darlings. This is Sarah, as always, wishing you much abundance, love, and joy for the week ahead and beyond.